Hello, we're back here again, and I almost decided that I'd left it too late to make my video today. It's 8:30, gone 8:30 in the evening. I was just washing up and I was like, do I do it? Am I in the mood? Am I in the right mood? And that got me thinking about my approach and probably the perfectionist side of me coming out. You know, I've left it late. It's not on time. And am I in the right mood? Do I want to do it in the mood that I'm in today? Do I want to be doing these videos when I'm feeling more energetic and more, just feeling in the mood to do it? Don't get me wrong, I really do want to do these because I do want to track where I've been to where I get to. But yeah, there is this kind of wanting to do it in a certain way, and I think it's important that I'm honest with myself and just name that straight away. Like that was the thought process that was going through my mind before I decided to push that all aside and was like, no, I have made a decision to do these and I will show up however I show up on the Monday for now. So that felt pretty awesome. Yeah, it feels good to give myself that kind of permission to be whoever I am on this day. And it doesn't matter if I'm probably lacking a bit more energy than I was this time last week. I get to see myself in all dimensions then, which is one of the reasons why I'm doing this. And I also get to show anyone who's watching this the kind of things that you go through, obviously, in life, and that it's okay to not have that full-on energy all the time, and to talk about it. So, high five to me! And anyone who's watching who wanted to high five me back, feel free to comment in the comment section. So the kind of week that I've had, it's been 7 days. Some of the highlights have been connecting with that group of ladies that I mentioned in the previous video and getting the momentum going with that, and speaking about when we're gonna have more sessions to chat and get to know one another. So that's been lovely. I have got a plate of apples in front of me, by the way, and I think I will be munching through them because I've not had my dinner. Didn't really feel like it today. Don't worry, I do eat. I do eat. Had a Nando's yesterday for the first time in like maybe 4 months, possibly. Yeah, 4 months. That felt really good. I was like, oh, I can't believe we've been denied this. But it's so good to know that they've opened up. Those chips, those peri chips. But yeah. So I'm having my apple. Called it my kind of detox day. I have had more than this. Please don't be concerned, I do eat. Some of the other highlights. I've started working with a friend of mine who has established herself as a mindset coach. We talked a few weeks back, and she offered me a space on her program, and I was like, yes please. I can do with any kind of help. Mindset, even though I'm the area that I'm focusing on with my coaching will be more kind of the mind and body. But it's always, it's always good to work on yourself, right? It's always good to do the work yourself, so that when you turn up for your clients, you have a better understanding. You won't know exactly what they're going through, but you will be able to resonate and share some of the things that they come up with. So we started working together last week. It's a 5-week program. Her name is Becky Stanton. If anyone is watching this and wants to know more about this amazing, wonderful mindset coach, and she's also someone that's been through that experience herself. So her work is coming from a place of having done the work and still doing the work. So very authentic. So a shout out to Becky Stanton. Do message her. Do get in contact. So that work was good. Like, we kicked it off last week, and I started talking about things like having the confidence. Like, one of my intentions for this 5 weeks is to build confidence in making, like, the decisions that I make, to go, they're good enough, and it can be like the simplest of decisions, like how I decide to spend my day. Sometimes I feel like I'm not spending enough time doing, and this is going to sound like, to the doers out there, this is going to be like, oh, but I thought you were establishing a business. I am, but I think there is probably more of the working on me and meeting my needs than there is the hours that go into laying the foundations of the business. And I think there are days where I'm like, come on, I should have done way more today. Like, today is probably one of those days where I feel a little bit like that. But obviously, having done some recent work on the mindset side of things with Becky, and also the time that I've spent understanding what's going on inside of me, this is all to do with my own expectations of myself, and some of these have been built on the things that I see around me. Probably a lot, from childhood. Achieve. You need to achieve, you need to be doing something. If you're not doing, then you're not valued in the world. You're not worthy to be here. And that's a behaviour which obviously can leak into a habit that I've been carrying around for a very long time. So we started working on that last week, and I spent deliberate time it's been a while since I've actually sat myself down and talked to myself, obviously like in a journal format, but I did that last week after a few of our sessions. So I was sent some questions, and I was like, I am going to take this seriously. I am going to actually sit down and I am going to answer these questions, and if nothing comes up, that's okay, but if something comes up, that's okay too. And one of the questions was, what does my ideal day look like? And that was nice to map out. That was nice to like talk myself through what kind of day I would like to have. So if I compare the 2 days, today was very different. And I think it's that, that feeling, because for me it's not so much mind talk, it's more just this kind of deep feeling that I get of I haven't achieved today. So that's kind of turned up a little bit, not a lot. It used to turn up a lot, but it's turned up a little bit today. So yeah, that'll be good to just see how I go on that journey, what I learn more about myself. And I know that kind of feeling is going to turn up whilst I'm creating the business, and it's going to turn up a lot, If I'm feeling like I'm not making the best decisions for myself on a daily basis, can you imagine what I'm going to be going through? Oh my god, have I got the colours right for this? Or will anyone want to read what I have to say? Or, with this, will anyone actually want to watch this and learn? But yeah, with this, it's obviously not. It's more for me. But I can see this being like a channel where perhaps like anyone who wants to work with me can learn a little bit about me, can see like my journey and what I'm going through, be able to see that I'm a real human being who has all these thoughts on a regular basis. There's an element of that with this as well. Yeah, like, am I saying the right things here? Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing. And that then becomes, it can be paralytic, is that the word I want to say? Like, it can force you to kind of stop in your tracks and just be like, what's the point? Why am I going to do this? And not actually move forward, and maybe end up taking 10 steps back because it just feels more comfortable there. But no, it'll be good to kind of thrash out some more of this kind of, am I making the best decisions? And I know that there's no such thing as a best decision, but the body and the mind have been trained to think that way and feel that way for a very long time. So yeah, let's see where I get to. I will do a progress update, I'm sure, on a weekly basis. I'm dipping these apple slices in tahini, if anyone wants to know and wants to try that combination, because it is banging. I also set up on the business front, I set up my Instagram business page and my Facebook. So there's nothing on there. It's work in progress. But yeah, I decided to, and that for me is a huge, huge, huge step, because I don't really like doing social media. I never really have. I've only had Facebook, and that was after finishing uni. Yeah, I've tried to hide away, and that is deliberate, some of that. That's something that I also am working on, because you can choose what you put out in the world. You don't have to be And I think going back to the perfectionist thing, you don't have to make it look all good. You can just be who you are, and you can say what you want. It's not about striving for something. But I think based on my own kind of behaviour sets and habits, it has felt like it is that kind of having to show the world what you're doing, what you're up to, what you think, you know, because it's important to be visible. So my mindset around that has clearly shifted. And some of this is obviously like thinking that I should be doing it, which isn't necessarily the approach that I want to be taking. But I have to say that's like, you know, like, whereas there's more of a, I want to do this, I want to be on there. It's not just about the business, it's about me talking and sharing with people, and you either resonate and you want to know more, or you don't. There's nothing lost. So yeah, that felt good. It felt good to get that started up, and I think this week I can see myself spending a bit of time thinking about what I want to put on there. So yeah, let's see what happens with that. I didn't get around to making the brownies. I am still excited about making them, but I realised when I read that recipe that I'm going to use, I haven't got a mixer. I think I really need one of them to fluff it up. I'm not going to spend hours with a manual beater. No thank you. Or whisker. So I need to order one of them, and I haven't actually got a tin to make it in. So I'm like, I'm not going to use like a savoury dish tin. We don't even have a tin, it's more like a ceramic dish. So I was like, nah. This is definitely one to get, or two things to get before I can do that. So I haven't turned up with brownies, but I've turned up with apple slices instead, which is a bit too healthy, isn't it? But I have eaten pretty interesting meals over the weekend. So that's to get this week. I think this week I'm also going to spend some time. I've just finished up on a coaching course, the body-oriented coaching course, and we've been tasked with a project to conclude things for us. So I think I'm going to spend a bit of time this week working on that. And that, like, seeing as I'm enjoying talking, like making a video, I have this idea of doing a video for it. So Nathan, who runs the somatic school, which is where I've done my course, so another shout out to anyone who's interested. Phenomenal course done during difficult, challenging, unprecedented times. We had to go online basically, but anyways, the course itself really enlightening, really interesting. If you're someone who enjoys working with the body, or values the wisdom of our amazing bodies, definitely have a look at that course. I'm sure there's others out there, but I can only talk of that one. But yeah, Nathan, who runs the course, has set us with this project and he's not, precious about it being a Word document. Yay! Because I've had enough of writing those in my life. So yeah, I'm getting this kind of intuition, listening to my intuitive side, and I feel like I'm being guided to do a video for that. And I can see me using it probably in the business, so it's a win-win. So yeah, I think I'm going to write some content up for that this week. And maybe do writing of a lead magnet as well. I started it at the weekend. So, and I think I'm going to enjoy that process because it's about putting it, what I'm trying to devise is like the experiences that I've had over the last 18 months of this kind of letting go and just learning to love myself a lot more and accept myself. So I thought actually anyone who's in a similar position could learn from a lot of what I've experienced. So I've decided to put that into this kind of free resource. But the thing is, I've never like documented it, so it'd be nice. I think I'll enjoy the process of writing. I like writing, but it doesn't come to me very quickly. I find it's obviously it's a very thought through process. So I say obviously, like speaking of the perfectionist in me, which I'm learning to let go of more, or accept as well, and be okay. There's a really good what do we call it? I don't know what they call it, but where my husband works, and I use this with decision making as well. Their organisation says if you're 70% sure about something, or you feel like 70% of it is good enough, go with it. And I love that. I think that's really useful, especially for someone like me who feels like I need to be giving 100% or more. So I think, yeah, that's always at the forefront now of being, okay with whatever you create. Doesn't have to be perfect. So hopefully that will be, because I want to prettify it as well, like work on it, probably in Canva, and put some nice images in there. But yeah, looking forward to having that come together. So there's quite a few things: business, coaching, and learning more about who I am when it comes to decisions, and feeling confident in my decisions this week. So that's going to be my intention, my set intention for this week of any decision that I make. Might even make a list so that when I come back in a week's time I can go, this is what I did. This is how long this decision took me. So yeah, there's quite a few things, and lots to obviously work on, but I know I will get there. So now that I've sat down and talked, I feel a lot better for it already. Yeah. The magic of giving yourself space to just speak. Yeah. Okay, I'll stop going yeah and make this a lot longer than it needs to be. So I hope you took something away from this. I definitely have for myself. And if you're liking what you're watching, give me a nice thumbs up, just so that I know this is all good. Deep down, I already know it is. But yeah, it'd be nice to feel a bit of engagement out there if anyone's watching. And obviously, drop me a message. So yeah, see you next week on a Monday, even if it's late.